Hello and welcome to Full Send Broadcast Network, here tonight with the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Their season finale here from Homestead Miami Speedway to crown a champion here tonight between the final four drivers. Those final four drivers fighting for that championship: Dakota Camper, Matt Crockett, Dustin Mattson, and Andrew RATELL be battling it out here tonight in this 1.5 mile oval. Try to bring home the trophy, the checkered flag. Joining me up in the booth tonight is Roger Pierce. How you doing tonight, Roger?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, can't complain. Ready to see some fantastic low downforce, high horsepower racing out of these now what we call Gen 7 cars, now that they've officially been on track in the real world. Let's go over and look at our pre-race info here. It's a mile, 1.48 miles, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 99-degree track temp. It's 53% humidity, partly cloudy with 2-mile-an-hour winds. They're going to be going 135 laps around this track. They're going to have a stage at lap 70. No caution's going to be thrown for it. Bonus points will be awarded, but not really going to be taken into account here tonight, given that the highest finisher between those four drivers fighting for a championship will be crowned the champion. They have one faster pair. Going to be crucial here tonight, as these cars are extremely loose on a corner entry and exit. It's going to be something to watch out for here tonight. Just kind of looks like they snap loose, almost like a mechanical failure on corner exit. 65% fuel load, 4 sets of tires, including the set of tires they qualify on. And like we've said several times already, question that we have tonight is who will be crowned champion. We will be definitely watching those four drivers throughout the night, checking up on their progress. That is your pre-race info here for the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series season finale from Homestead Miami Speedway. With about 1.5 minutes left in practice, what are you kind of looking forward to in this race, Roger?
Tire strategy. Since it is a championship race, I think we're going to see a little bit of strategy in play. And what line's going to work best for you. This track's very tricky. You can run the low or you can run the high. And with the Gen 7s, the tire is a lot wider. So fall off might not be as much, so I'm very curious to see how that plays.
Absolutely, I agree. And let's take a look at the speed charts here tonight. Dustin Mattson in that 6 is the fastest right now with a 33.081. Dakota Camper right behind him with a 33.128. Those two drivers battling for that championship tonight. We go further down in P11, you have Andrew RATELL, one of those drivers fighting tonight, with a 33.427. And down there in 14th, you see the 15 car of Matt Crockett. He is 14th on the board with a 33.601. These drivers having a handful out here tonight. Practice is about to go. Checkered flag here, as we are getting ready to go qualifying for the season finale tonight. Checkered flag has flown on this extra hour of practice. Drivers had 2 hours tonight to get ready for the race. A lot of drivers utilizing it, getting ready to battle for a championship. We are now heading into qualifying, waiting for some cars to get on track. Definitely going to be an exciting one, Roger, as we see who's going to be able to have the quick hands and keep a hold on these cars as they go around here for 135 laps.
Yeah, I think qualifying is definitely going to be something that we're going to watch out for. You might see a couple drivers lose it here, as we saw in just the beginning of practice. Just leaving the pits, you don't have heat in the tires, and this is a very tricky track, so very excited to see how this is going to play out.
Yeah, as we have one car out on the track right now, that's the 95 of Isaac Singleton. He comes around to take the green flag to start his qualifying run. It looks like he's actually going to pull it over. I also have Justin Michael sitting at the exit of pit road along with Matt Crockett, all waiting to get out on track. Like John McMillan Jr., he's deciding to get out here on track, have his go at the pole position tonight.
Curious to see what the strategy is going to be here, if they're going to run the low line or the high line.
Several cars out on track right now. We have the 51 of McMillan Jr., 88 of Christopher Howell as well out on track, with the 87 of Justin Michael warming them tires up. The 27 of Cogswell is out there as well. Isaac Singleton back out again. 3 of Dakota Camper rolls off pit road. Let's follow along with McMillan Jr. He is working on his green flag lap. Out of turn 4, first lap goes up on the board. 33-34. Christopher Howell with a 33.612. Andrew RATELL jumps out on track as well. Cogswell comes across the line. He's going to be P3 with a 34.139.
95 Isaac Singleton got in the wall there.
Tough break. As we're going to follow along with the 3 of Dakota Camper for his qualifying run here. Out of turn 4 to the line. Let's see what his first lap's going to bring him. First lap's a 33.568. Justin Michael comes across the line with a 39.125. Definitely taking time to warm them tires up. Justin Michael going to be first back to the line between Camper and himself. See what Justin Michael's able to bring to the line here. Across the line, that's going to put him. The P1 Dakota Camper goes P2 with a 33.185. Here's Dustin Mattson taking the green flag on his qualifying run. Matt Crockett out on the track as well. Andrew RATELL, one of those 4 playoff drivers fighting for a championship. He's in 5th with a 33.427. Edson works his way out of turn 4 for the first lap. The P7 on his first time by. Matt Crockett goes to P8 on his first time by in the 15 machine. Back over here to Dustin Mattson. Looking strong on this lap. Let's see where it puts him. Across the line. P6 with a 33.445. Matt Crockett crosses the line. Not going to better his lap time. Still going to have a 33.897. Jeff Merck out here on the track. Coming by to complete his first lap. Going to go P8 with a 33.887.
I don't know about you, but I'm really liking that Blue Angel scheme.
Been a staple on Jeff Merck's car all season long. Very sharp looking scheme for the Blue Angels. Way out of turn 4 to the line. Goes to P7 with a 33.559. Devin Coate takes the green flag on his first qualifying lap. Newcomer to the Southern Excitement Racing League, getting a little extra seat time to get ready for the Cup Series. Starts up later this month here in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Crosses the line for his first lap. We go P9 with a 33.730. Right now, Devin Coate, the only car on track at the moment. Still have 6 cars left to qualify here. Have about 3 minutes left in qualifying. Out of turn 4, let's see what he puts down here. Not going to better his lap time. He's going to stay in 9th with that 33.730. That is all the cars that are on track currently. Waiting for some more cars to jump out there. Yet to qualify is the 67 of Ryan Strunk, 75 of John McMillan Sr., the 10 of Emily Urias, 38 of Matt Goodell, and the 95 of Isaac Singleton, and the 25 of Landon Mills. Track goes quiet for a little bit here. Definitely setting up to be an exciting one. The highest finisher out of the 4 drivers fighting for the championship between Camper, Serl, MATTSON, and CROCKETT be crowned the champion of Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. You will see it live here on Full Send Broadcast Network. Always strive to bring you the best racing coverage possible. About a minute and a half left in qualifying. Do have some news for you. The Full Send Broadcast Network here, I've had some life happenings here in the past few months with a child coming on the way. He will be here in March. So I will be stepping away from broadcasting leagues, and just wanted to put that out there. I've always enjoyed being able to bring the fans the Southern Excitement Racing League between the Truck Series and the Next Gen Series these seasons that they've had. Been a pleasure working with them, bringing the action to YouTube for their fans to watch. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do it next season due to my baby coming, and got to focus on being a father first before I get back to doing the league side of things. But you still will see us out here from time to time broadcasting a race, doing the special one-off races. Other than that, we are stepping away from the league aspect of it for now. Matt Goodell out on track, takes his first lap. First lap puts him at P11 with a 33.938. Working on his second lap right now. Don't know if he will make it back for his second lap to be completed. It will be close, though, as the checkered flag flies right now, and he will not make it back around. So now that we are starting to grid, let's bring you the official starting lineup here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Gonna be a wild one out here tonight. Justin Michael on the pole with that 33.136. Outside front row, fighting for a championship, is the 3 of Dakota Camper. In third, we have John McMillan Jr. Fourth, Christopher Howell. In the third row, we have 2 drivers that are battling for that championship. In fifth, we have the 5 machine of Andrew RATELL. And in sixth, we have the 6 car of Dustin MATTSON. 7th, we have Jeff Merck. 8th, Jonathan Cogswell. 9th is Devin Coate. 10th, Matt Crockett, who's also fighting for that championship. Got a long road ahead of him, starting that far back in the pack. 11th is Matt Goodell. 12th, Endon Mills. 13th, John McMillan Sr. 14th is Ryan Strunk. 15th, Isaac Singleton. Rounding out the field in 16th is the 10 machine of Emily Urias. That's your starting lineup here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series as the field begins to grid up. We are gearing up and getting ready for some action here from Homestead Miami Speedway, Roger. I'm excited. How do you feel?
Oh, I love this track. So this is it's going to be exciting. I've seen a lot of wheeling out of these drivers, so I know they're going to put on a great show tonight. And one of those four, you said Dakota Camper, Matt Crockett, Dustin Mattson, and Andrew RATELL, one of them's going to come out on top, and I just can't wait to watch.
Yeah, as we look at it though too, don't really bring manufacturers into it very much. You have 3 Fords against 1 Chevy. So we'll have to see if that's going to play out in any aspect due to aerodynamics.
Yeah, I'm a Chevy guy. You know this, so I got to root for the Chevy here. But, yeah, aero's very important, especially in these next-gen Gen 7 cars. But luckily with the body, it being composite and all, it can take a little bit more of a beating, we'll say. So it's not going to, if they hit the wall, they scrape, which it's Homestead, they're probably going to do that. It's not going to hurt them as much.
As the field is gridded up and rolling away down the back stretch, they're 2x2. Lights are off on the pace car, signaling we're going green this time by. And for those of you tuning in tonight, we greatly appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Glad to have you joining us here for the last night of the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. And a pleasure broadcasting this series for Dakota Camper and the guys over here at the Southern Excitement Racing League. We are ready to go green. Pace car peels off the field, looking for the green flag. There it is. We are green at Homestead, Miami here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. As they head off into turn 1, Justin Michael has a pretty good start. Dakota Camper electing to run that extreme high lane.
Yeah, that low line got a really good jump on it. The 27, Jonathan Cogswell, definitely looked like he struggled there at the start. So curious to see what happened there and see if he can pick up some spots.
Dakota Camper not wanting to waste any time, going for the lead here to the inside of Justin Michael. Michael going to have the run down the front stretch off the high lane.
We already had a car in the wall as well as the 27 and Jonathan Cogswell. They were 3 wide with Dustin Mattson and Devin Coate.
They come down the backstretch. Camper going to tuck back in line. Here comes the 51 of McMillan Jr. He wants to go for that second position. But right now we have Dakota Camper running in the 3rd spot, battling for the 2nd spot with McMillan Jr. A little bit further back in the pack, 3 wide. Oh, Mattson gets turned. RATELL is involved. Oh my gosh, tough break for 2 playoff drivers right there. Both those drivers gonna have to use a faster pair to be competitive in tonight's race. Already showing some attrition in the playoff, guys. Let's go back and see what started that. We're going to follow this in slow motion. That was the 8 of Devin Coate right there. You see Devin Coate look down to the inside of Mattson. He pushed up ever so slightly. Oh, it was actually netcode looked like a little bit. That just collected RATELL right outside of Mattson. Tough break for those drivers. Oh, man. 67. Ryan Strunk, nowhere to go. Cogswell involved. Matt Crockett sliding through it right there on the bottom. You go back live now. Lots of damage on the 5 there of Andrew Rattel. Dustin Mattson. Front end doesn't look too bad, but he is missing the entire backside of that machine. They come down pit road to get some repairs done.
See, I don't know, because it's hard to say because, you know, do you give playoff drivers room? Do you race them a little bit differently? That's always going to be brought up, but that's a hard one. That's a hard pill to swallow right there for the 6 of Dustin Mattson, I think.
Yes, it is. Along with Andrew Rattel. I would have to say Andrew Rattel probably has the worst damage of the two, missing the nose on that machine, but he still has the rear downforce, whereas Dustin Mattson in that 6, he has no deck lid on the back of that machine, so he has no rear downforce at all whatsoever.
Yeah, I didn't see them use a fast repair, so this will get interesting.
Back up at the front, though. 87 of Justin Michael, still your leader. 3 of Dakota Camper, the highest playoff driver right now in 2nd. Back in 7th is the 15 of Matt Crockett. He's the 2nd highest playoff driver right now. Definitely be keeping an eye on that, as it looks like he actually has a little bit of damage on that 15 machine on the right rear. Yeah, you see it right here from the right rear camera. He has a little bit of damage on the right rear side of that car. Pushed in just a little bit. Field probably has the 2 to go signal. Lots of good cars taken out early here. Saving that fast repair, though. Banking on more cautions coming out.
Actually, the way they were driving, I would bank on it as well.
Actually, the 6 of Dustin Mattson came back down pit road and took his fast repair. He now is out of fast repairs, but he has a fresh, clean car to be able to try to get up to the front. Gonna have to play it cautious for the rest of this race tonight.
I think the 5 of Andrew Rattell's gonna do the same. He just came down pit road again.
Are following the 5 of Rattel, seeing what he's gonna do down pit road here. He's gonna get a penalty, have to go to the back of the pack for entering closed pits. But I would rather come down and face a penalty. And he does. He uses that fast repair. So 2 playoff drivers involved in that incident. Now both have no fast repairs. Going to be interesting to see how they play out the rest of this race. As the 87 of Justin Michael elects to take the high lane on the restart. Going to put Dakota Camper on the inside on the front row here.
Not surprised. Justin Michael can run that high line better than anyone I've seen in any type of car. I'll just say that. So, not surprised he took the high lane. But Dakota Camper, he can run a low lane, so I think it's going to be even matched. Definitely curious to see what the 6 of Dustin Mattson and 5 Andrew Ratell are going to do. Maybe sit back a little bit, play it safe, or just go to the front.
Green flag is back out here at Homestead. Dustin Mattson hard on that pedal. Jumps out to a decent sized lead. There you see him coming out pretty wild back in the pack. They get it sorted out. Here comes Dustin Mattson to the inside of Matt Crockett. Already making up a ton of ground. Trying to get to the front. Door to door with the 38 of Goodell. Making up tons of spots here. He's all the way up to 5th now after being involved in that incident. Oh, Crockett has a moment. So does Singleton. Singleton able to save it. Slaps the wall a little bit, looks like. Dakota Camper now fighting with John McMillan Jr. for that 2nd spot. Here comes Dustin Mattson. He's really trying to pick up some spots here.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be in the back any longer. I think he just wants to stay up front and compete for the lead, I'll say, or maybe just stay up here. And
now he's going to go to the inside of McMillan Jr. trying to take the 3rd spot. Now we have playoff drivers in 2nd and 3rd. Justin Michael runs the low line that time by. That's going to allow Camper to have a run down the backstretch. Drivers, oh, Camper gets loose a little bit, looks like. Mattson with a big move right there.
Yeah, I like to stay on the low lane. He could have went right behind Dakota Camper, but decided to run the low line and door.
This is getting interesting here. Lots of back and forth between these drivers.
And we're only on lap 12. Let's put it that way.
Dustin Mattson really looking to try to get ahead of Dakota Camper and be leading the championship for here. Mattson having a tough time trying to clear the 51 of McMillan Jr., but here goes the 3 of Camper for the lead. He's going to clear Michael as they come out of turn 4 here.
This is wild. 14 laps in, and these guys are racing like it's 3 to go.
Yeah, as Mattson's still battling it out with the 51 of McMillan Jr. Door to door, they have not given up one bit here. These two drivers going back and forth every lap. Oh, as he spins the 51. He's going to loop it around. He's going to save it. Holy cow. We stay green. That was insane. But the question is, did the 6 get any damage from that? See any? Holy cow. We're going to have to go back and look at that.
What a save.
See if we can go back and take a look at it here. There you see the 51, McMillan Jr. to the inside of Mattson. Clears him, but Mattson goes for the run down the front stretch here, dips to the inside, comes up and just ever so slightly hooks the 51.
Oh!
51 goes for a spin. Luckily, that pit wall ended right there. Spins it around and grabs a gear and keeps going.
While you were looking at that, there was another incident with the 6 of MATTSON and the 88 of Christopher Howell.
Yeah, we see the damage on the nose of the 6.
Oh, he's got damage on the right rear as well as he...
Go take a look and see what happened there. There you see the 88. Follow along with Dustin MATTSON on this. Oh, wow. Like the 88 of Howell had a rocket strapped to him. He just came out of nowhere. Wow. 25 of Landon Mills involved in that as well. How do these drivers keep it straight after that incident?
I don't know.
That puts Dustin MATTSON back in 5th. Dakota Camper up here leading the race ahead of Justin Michael. He's the highest playoff driver right now. And he has a good three cars between him and the next car, which is the 6 of Dustin MATTSON. As Justin Michael comes back to battle for that lead here.
Is there a stage in this race, correct?
Yes, the stage is at lap 70.
Okay. I mean, you can never tell. These guys are racing like it's the last lap.
Dustin MATTSON and Jonathan Cogswell having a little bit of a battle here. If we go back, look at who's right here side by side. You got the 15 of CROCKETT and the 5 of RATELL. RATELL trying to battle for the 10th spot. CROCKETT battling it out for the 11th spot. Or the 12th spot, sorry. Back up front here, though, Justin Michael makes a pass for the lead. Reassumes the point here. We have now completed 21 laps of scheduled 135 tonight.
You know what's impressed me, though? The 51 of John McMillan Jr. After baiting that spin, he's all the way back up to 7th.
Yeah, he definitely has a fast car out there tonight. Definitely worthy of competing for the win here. Andrew RATELL in that 5 machine, he's currently back in 9th. He's 3rd in the playoff field right now. Matt Crockett has fallen all the way back to 14th. Has a lot of damage on the right front of that 15 machine. Possibly got up into the wall a little bit.
Damage on some of these cars.
Dustin MATTSON currently in the 6th spot. Dakota Camper currently in the 2nd spot, leading the first of the 4 playoff drivers.
Brian Strunk in the 67. He's got damage on the front splitter there. Don't really know what happened there, but it's pretty caved in.
Yeah, and that splitter pushed way up in the air. That car cannot be handling good at all.
Same with the 8 of Devin Cope.
Possibly electing to not use the fast repair that they were given yet from that first incident.
I see that being a possibility with pit stops still to come.
Landon Mills in the 25 out here, currently in 15th, first start of the season. And a little seat time, I would think, for the Cup Series that is starting up later this month here in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Lots of new faces coming aboard for the next season.
Yeah, he's got speed. His fastest lap around here was a 33.2. So he's got pace. He's just a couple laps down right now.
Jeff Merck in the 60 takes the second spot from Dakota Camper. Dakota Camper's tires must be wearing out here as he is starting to lose a little bit of pace. Still has a pretty good gap, though, between him and the 88 of Howell.
It's surprising to me, though, because normally Dakota Camper is very good at saving.
Justin Michael, your leader, out front by 1.2 seconds. Leading this thing down the backstretch here. There you've seen the gap between him and the 60 of Merck, as Merck is cutting down on that lead a little bit.
You all know what's interesting, though? Jeff Merck came down with the 5 of RATELL, and he might have got a little bit more fuel.
That is a possibility. Got a little bit of extra fuel in the tank to stretch it out a little bit further. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they could probably go about 40 to maybe 50 laps on the tank of fuel. That may even be pushing it to get to 40.
I'm trying to remember because we just ran this track. I want to say it's like 28 to 35, I believe.
So we are nearing green flag stops, if that is the case. We're nearing green flag stops regardless.
Not 100% though, but I believe it's somewhere around there that we'll probably see him start coming down. But from what I've seen in the Southern Excitement Racing League, next gens, trucks, anything that we've called, these guys can save.
Absolutely, yeah. The immense talent in this league is really amazing. Between the quick hands that some of these drivers have to save. I mean, heck, we've seen it in this race already where, like, Dustin Mattson had a good save. And I mean, you really can't go no further than the 51 of John McMillan Jr. getting dumped on the front stretch, looping it around, doing a 360, grabbing a gear, and just keep going. I mean, he just, like, he didn't even miss a beat, like he did it on purpose. I mean, that's just goes to the talent of these drivers. And I would have to say probably the most improved driver of the season would be that 51 McMillan Jr. Went from running okay in the first half of the season, and it seems like since the playoffs started, that 51 machine's just been up front almost every week.
Yeah, ever since I started broadcasting with you in this series, he's shown a lot of speed. Very talented driver. Hats off to him, because next season's going to be a very different season, I think, for him. So,
well, what do you say we do a little bit of a full send, fire it up here tonight as they near green flag stops? And if green flag stops start, we'll break back in for them.
Sounds good to me.
as it looks like green flag stops have started here. 15 of Matt Crockett in his pit box getting his 15 machine serviced. Jack drops and he's away. His drivers starting to work their way down. Your leader, Justin Michael, by 2.2 seconds over Jeff Merck in the 60. Your highest playoff driver still is the 3 of Dakota Camper, looking strong out there tonight. Hasn't had to face any adversity just yet.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. The 15 of Matt Crockett's been a lap down, but the leader still has to pit. So if he can get past the 87, he should be good to go.
Of Matt Crockett trying to race one of his laps back here. He can get in front of Justin Michael and stretch out a little bit before Michael comes to pit road. He may have a chance to gain quite a bit of track position.
That just shows the speed out of that 87 Toyota. 15 just got fresh tires, and that 87's still hauling the mail.
Yeah, he is. Andrew Ratell, the third playoff driver currently, running back there in 8th. Matt Goodell right on his heels. In front of him is Dustin Mattson in the 6th spot, trying to run down the 27 of Cogswell. Mattson has that little bit of damage from an incident earlier, as Christopher Howell has an issue trying to get on pit road. Look like, let's see, let's go back and see what happened to the 88. Possibly locked up one of the rear tires and spun it around. Here you see him as he gets on the apron. Oh yeah, locks up that left front really hard. Had to almost bring it to a stop to make pit road entrance.
Yeah, we actually learned about the locking up the right front today with the Clash. They were explaining because of how big these new tires are, it's way easier to lock up these front tires and basically just flat spot them.
Absolutely, yeah, as Dakota Camper makes his way down pit road to get that 3 machine serviced. First of the playoff drivers to come in, Matt Goodell gonna follow him down. Isaac Singleton comes down as well.
Yeah, but Dustin Mattson finally completed that pass on Jonathan Cogswell.
Dakota Camper has a little bit of a blink in his pit box. Justin Michael comes down pit road as well to give up the lead here on lap 44. Dakota Camper back off of pit road. See if he's able to retain his spot.
Oh, it's going to be close.
That access road here at Homestead, Miami is very, very slick when coming off of pit road. You have to be careful to not overdrive it and put yourself in the grass and spin out. Right now, Dakota Camper trying to run down the 87 of Justin Michael.
I think he's going to get up to speed.
Jeff Merck brings it down pit road, gives up the lead. That's going to possibly, no, the 6 of Dustin Mattson's going to come down right now. He's going to get it woed down to pit road speed. That's going to leave Jonathan Cogswell out there to lead a couple of laps. Andrew Rattel in second right now has yet to pit. Your first playoff driver currently. Five is going to bring it down pit road here with the 27 of Cogswell. Get it woed down in time. That's going to put John McMillan Sr. out front if he does not come down pit road. He may be out of fuel, looks like, a little bit with how slow he is compared to the 15 of Crockett. Or he may just be saving that much fuel. We ride aboard the 75 of McMillan Sr.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't call these strategies these drivers have. They're a breed of their own.
That will cycle once McMillan Sr. pits. That's going to put Justin Michael back out in the lead with about a 5-second lead over Dakota Camper. Dakota Camper, your highest playoff driver right now. Next behind him is going to be the 6 of Dustin Mattson, back in the 6th spot. Andrew Rattel is third in the playoff right now of the 4 drivers. And then last of the 4 is Matt Crockett, back in 12th.
John McMillan Sr. hits the water barrels.
Oh, tough break for the 75. Go back and take a look at it here. No caution. We'll slow it down as he starts to exit the track. See him come off. That was a very abrupt exit of the track. Tries to get it woed up, turning the wheel as hard as he can, and nothing. Car just hits the barrels and gets stuck. Tough break for the 75 of McMillan.
You know, I can't say anything because I know you saw the video. I did that not long ago.
Yes, you did.
Practicing for my race, so it's a very extremely hard pit road, entering and exiting. It's very slick, just like you said. So
right now, Jeff Merck makes the pass on the 3 of Dakota Camper for the 2nd spot. Dakota Camper just out there riding around, looks like, trying to save his equipment to make it to the end here and possibly bring home the championship trophy for that 3 machine. He has a 1-car buffer between him and Dustin Mattson, back in 5th now. If you look back here, you have the 6 of Dustin Mattson. And that gold-colored car back there, that's the 5 of Andrew Rattel, who was also in the playoffs. So these 2 drivers staying fairly close together all night long. They have a pretty big gap to close between each other and the 3 of Dakota Camper. Camper really putting together a solid race here as we come around to complete lap 52. Working on lap 53 now here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. on Full Send Broadcast Network. We appreciate you tuning in here tonight for the final race of the season here for the Next Gen Series. Definitely shaping up to be a fantastic strategy race between the 4 playoff contenders. Justin Michael, your leader, has led the most laps here tonight. In that 87 machine, he is about 5 seconds ahead of Jeff Merck in that 60. Michael putting on a dominating performance out here tonight.
Yeah, but just like last night, anything can happen.
That is true. Let's ride along with Justin Michael here and see how it looks from his point of view going around this 1.5 mile oval. Well, let's see how smooth he is on the hands with a loose race car. Very gingerly on the throttle. Not putting a whole lot of steering input into it.
No, he's not. I was looking at that as well. I'm very impressed. He's not full throttle either. A loose car.
Yes, it is. As we are approaching the halfway mark here tonight, ooh, he got tight right there on the corner exit.
Yeah, getting later on in the day.
Dakota Camper. Jeff Merck goes for a ride. Go back and see where he's at. Looks like he had to tow to pit road. Dakota Camper was right behind him. Camper with a little bit of damage on that machine now. Go back and see what happened to the 60 of Jeff Merck. 60 of Merck was running in second place when this happened. Oh, he hit the wall coming out of 4. Shot him down the track. Like he had it saved till it got in the paint right there and snapped loose again. Oh, tough break for the... Oh, Dakota Camper with a hard hit right there. Very tough break for the 3 of Camper. Jeff Merck with a really hard. Let's go back and take a look at that again from Camper's point of view. Right along on the visor cam in the 3 machine. So we have our second caution of the night. Oh, yeah, there was nothing Camper could have done any differently right there.
Yeah, just nothing. These playoff drivers, they're having a night, aren't they?
Yes, they are. As the field is on pit road, Camper going to use a fast repair.
I was going to say, I think he used a fast repair.
But he beats the 87 off pit road. Camper is going to be your leader here. Possibly not taking any tires.
Let me look at Justin Mattson. I think he's gonna sit for a little bit longer and repair some of that damage now that there's a caution.
Let's take a look at the pit stop times here. Yeah, Dakota Camper with a 7-second flat pit stop. Justin Michael at a 14.9. That's definitely going to be interesting right there to look at as we go back green. Did he take tires, or if he did he only take 2 tires? Definitely going to be a good question, because they came down pit road not long before, around lap 35 to 38 when they came down last. But it's definitely going to be interesting here.
Yeah, I think everyone's strategy just kind of changed it a little bit. A lot of drivers sat there a little bit longer to try to get some damage fixed up. Curious to see how that's going to work.
So, Camper had 16 laps on the set of tires and decided to either take none or 2 only with a splash of fuel and get that fast repair done. So it makes me wonder if he could be playing a little bit of tire strategy here, maybe.
So I was riding down, I was watching the view of Dakota Camper, and I was riding down with him on pit road. I don't think he got tires. I think he got fuel and fixed the car.
Yeah, I would think he would take no tires over 2, because 2 would make this car extremely loose. So, with that being said, as he comes back down pit road here, possibly a pit stop error.
How many tires sets they have?
They had 4, including the set they qualified on and they started the race with.
I don't think getting tires is a bad move here.
Let's see what happens. We're following him for his pit stop.
Yeah.
Right side goes up. He is going to get tires this time. Possibly didn't have them checked to get replaced there. He's going to go to the back of the line here, but he will not be off pace for it. Going to put Justin Michael back as your leader, who's going to elect the inside lane this time. Outside of him is John McMillan Jr. Outside front row here. And look who's up here in third, the 5 of Andrew RATELL, who is now your highest playoff driver.
It's going to get interesting because not far behind him is the 15 and the 6.
As the pace car peels off, green flag is back out. Justin Michael with a huge jump over the 51 of McMillan Jr. Right back here, there's Andrew RATELL on the inside trying to take the second spot from McMillan Jr. He's going to fall in line behind the 51. We go back here. We have 3 playoff drivers, nose to tail. There goes the 15 of Matt Crockett, taking it 3 wide.
Dakota Camper was in the wall there a little bit. I think he's good.
No major damage on the right side of that 3 machine as they split the 27 of Cogswell.
Might have helped him out a little bit.
Dustin Mattson, all 3 of these playoff drivers all together right here. Dustin Mattson still has that damage from an earlier incident.
Yeah, but that car's got some speed again. Just a little bit more than he had last time.
Like we said before, up here in the 3rd spot is the 5 of Andrew RATELL. Has a 2-car buffer between himself and the next playoff driver. That's the 6 of Dustin Mattson.
Yeah, but Mattson and Camper, like, we gotta go.
Millen Jr. down the backstretch takes the lead from the 87 of Justin Michael. As we are approaching the stage end here at the completion of lap 70. Justin Michael door to door with the 51.
Ooh, we got a car loose.
The 3 of Dakota Camper able to get around the 6 of Mattson. That's going to put him up in the 2nd spot here in the playoffs.
Christopher Howell got a little bit loose off of 2. Great save, though.
Justin Michael not done with the lead yet. Gonna slide up in front of the 51. Oh, that was so close right there. 51 of McMillan Jr. had to back out of it and turn hard left to avoid running over. Oh, we have a wreck behind the 8 of Devin Coate involved. Heavy contact with the outside wall. Go back and take a look and see what happened to the 8 of Coate. He's right there running with the playoff drivers. Accidentally went back live there. Let's go back and take a look at it. Here you see the 8 of Devin Coate next door to door with the 6 of MATTSON. MATTSON comes up. Oh, he clips the 8. That turns both of them down towards the apron. MATTSON able to collect his car, but the 8 of Coate not able to regain it in time and backs it hard into the wall. Tough break for the 8 of Coate. 6 of MATTSON, though. More damage to that 6 machine. See it right there. A little bit of damage on the right front of that car now.
Tough break. But when you go back live, you're going to see all 4 playoff drivers are right beside each other.
Yes, they are. In 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. These 4 drivers cannot get away from each other. Leading that pack, though, is the 5 of RATELL.
If I was MATTSON, I'd come down and repair that car just a little bit more, but that's me. We got a request to show that 6 from the chase cam.
Riding along on the front bumper of the 15 of CROCKETT. Looking at the back of the 6 of MATTSON. Looks pretty clear. A little bit of spoiler damage on the left rear, that 6 machine of MATTSON. Fantastic shot here from the bumper cam of Matt Crockett here, as you see the other 3 playoff drivers directly in front of him. Shaping up to be a wild race here, as the stage will come to an end under caution here. Justin Michael going to bring the checkered flag in for that last one of the season.
That's interesting. Your damage model's a little bit different than mine. My bar chase cam of this stuff, the 6 of Dustin MATTSON, has that whole left the left rear, ooh, couldn't get that one out, pushed in.
Yeah, it's pushed in where the spoiler is also bent up a little bit there. Not too heavily damaged, though. I'd be more worried about the front end of that 6 machine being wrinkled up like it is on both front fenders. Lights are out on the pace car, getting ready to go green here. Michael electing to choose the outside lane on this restart. 51 of McMillan Jr. is going to be on the inside. Second row is going to be RATELL and Camper. And the third row is going to be CROCKETT and MATTSON. All four playoff drivers fighting for a championship. All nose to tail here, door to door. Pace car peels off. Green flag is back out. Michael hard on the pedal, gets a big jump. Camper with the run on the high lane here over RATELL. Gonna get it down the backstretch here, it seems like. Oh, Camper gets a little loose. RATELL gonna tuck in right behind him. MATTSON and CROCKETT nose to tail as well. Go to Camper, going for the lead here to the inside of Justin Michael.
I don't know who to watch. It's just it's everywhere.
Camper gonna clear the 87 of Michael through turns 3 and 4 here. RATELL trying to follow.
The sticks at Dustin Matson has found some speed again.
Andrew RATELL moves up to the third spot behind the 87 of Justin Michael. Your leader, Dakota Camper, trying to break away from this field. No rest at all for these championship four. Andrew RATELL trying to make the move for second place here. To the inside of Justin Michael. Not going to clear him, I don't think, on corner exit. He will. Put that 5 machine of RATELL up to second. Then you have MATTSON following McMillan Jr. there back in 5th. All the way back in 9th is the 15 of Matt Crockett. Dakota Camper, though, out in front. Leading the playoff 4 right now. Championship in the grasp.
Yeah, this is really close here. It's definitely going to come down to the final laps with the set of tires everyone has.
Yes, it will, as MATTSON able to get around the 87 of Michael. That's going to put him up to 4th. RATELL running in 2nd here. Here comes MATTSON to the inside of McMillan Jr. Trying to take that 3rd spot. Going to fall back in line and try it again here in turns 3 and 4. Oh, as he's going to get to the 51. That's going to... Oh, my gosh. I cannot believe the 51 was able to save that. As he's going to start going around here, he saves it again. Holy cow. Justin MATTSON up to 3rd now. You have 3 playoff drivers in the top 3 spots here. All of them with battle scars on their cars. Let's go back and take a look at that pass that Dustin MATTSON made and ride along with John McMillan Jr. and see what it looked like from his point of view. We're going to slow it down once contact is made right here. But watch the hands on the 51. Not a whole lot of wheel input in it. Straightens it back out. Gets another gear and gets it going again. Holy cow. A lot of people would have lost it right there and spun that car all the way around. Go back live. Dustin Mattson able to get around the 5 of RATELL now. That's going to put Mattson up to second. 1.1 seconds behind your leader, Dakota Camper. We still have 3 playoff drivers, 1, 2, 3 here. Does it look like RATELL might have got a piece of the wall there on corner exit?
I'm just amazed that the 6 machine still has the speed he has.
Yeah, that car looks like it should have been at the LA Coliseum today. With how many dents are on it. Definitely putting the bumper to use here. Maybe not, definitely I wouldn't think intentionally. But that 6 machine is definitely battered out there. No fast repairs left. Definitely trying to wheel that car around and get everything he can out of it. Dakota Camper, though, 1.4 seconds ahead. He is broken away from the field. Trying to set it on cruise control. Get to the next round of stops. And take home the checkered flag along with the championship trophy. For those of you tuning in, we greatly appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Tonight we have the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series in their final race of the season here to crown a champion. 4 people that are fighting for that championship right now is that 3 of Dakota Camper, the 6 of Dustin Mattson back in second, 5 of Andrew RATELL in fourth, and the 15 of Matt Crockett in 10th. That's your 4 that we're really keeping an eye on here tonight. Battling it out for that championship. Dakota Camper currently leading 1.7 seconds ahead of Justin Michael in second, who was just able to get by the 6 of Mattson. Justin Michael.
I don't think they're done.
It looks like Michael might have saved a little bit of tires here at the beginning of this run. He is now making a charge. Cutting down that lead that Camper has. Let's take a look at the lap time history here. That last time by, he was 0.2 faster than Dakota Camper.
Yeah, and they stretched it out to about 40, 45 laps on pit stops last time. So we won't see them hit pit road probably until lap 105 to 110.
Yeah, that's going to be roughly what it is because they're working on lap 25 and 26 right now on tires. So yeah, that's definitely going to be what it looks like for the top 5 at least. 6th, 7th, and 8th and 9th all came down around lap 16 and 17 and got tires last time. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these strategies start playing out between these 2 tire strategies that they have.
Yeah, this is gonna be a nail biter at the end here, I think.
Dakota Camper out there leading the race, knowing that if he wins the race, he is guaranteed the championship. No better way to solidify it than bringing home the checkered flag and the trophy. But if he does not win, then he will have to finish ahead of the other 3. And right now, 2 of those 3 right now are in 3rd and 4th. Those are the other 2 drivers he has to worry about, along with Matt Crockett here in 10th in the 15 machine.
Yeah, Dakota Camper is just thinking, hit my marks. Just hit my marks, keep it sailing.
Guys, the 87 of Justin Michael starting to close in. Really trying to run down the 3 machine of Dakota Camper. Looks like he'll get it under 1 second here coming out of this corner. Or close to it.
Yeah, right around there.
Right now we still have 11 cars on track. 10 of them are on the lead lap. What do you say we do one final full send fire it up here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series?
I'd say I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
If anything breaks out, we'll break in. But enjoy the sounds of these cars as they go full song around this track. 88 of Christopher Howell on the move here. As Dustin Mattson comes down pit road. Possibly a little bit of strategy here. Short pit, make it to the end. Sounded like a car was in the wall. Don't see any cars that are really involved here.
I don't know about you, but have you heard these cars in the middle of the corner?
Yeah, they are backfiring and they are ginger on the throttle.
What did my papa used to say? Sounds like a pissed off hornet in a Pepsi can.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, wait, what? I was not expecting that. I mean, these cars sound really good, but the backfire is wild.
Justin Michael, you seen it under the full send fired up, where Justin Michael took the lead from the 3 of Dakota Camper, putting himself back out front as we are nearing green flag stops here again. Dustin Mattson already come down, got that 6 machine serviced. So right now, the order of your playoff drivers, the 3 of Dakota Camper is in second. He's been running up front all night. Very fast machine right there. Second in the playoffs is going to be that 5 machine of Andrew RATELL. Then you have Matt Crockett back in 9th, and Andrew RATELL actually coming down pit road now for green flag service. Matt Crockett in 9th. And in 10th is Dustin Mattson, who just short pitted, as we work our way through green flag stops here.
I think you're about to see 2 more cars come down. The 51, 38. Probably pitting. 51 for sure is pitting.
Here comes McMillan Jr. down pit road.
Ooh, that was close for Dustin Mattson in the 38.
And Matt Goodell comes down with him. So right now, Dakota Camper still in second place. Staying out, possibly running till the fuel runs out in that 3 machine. Justin Michael, your leader, nose to tail with the 3 of Camper. Have about a 6-second gap between them 2 and the 88 of Christopher Howell. Millen Sr. leaves his pit box from scheduled service. Three of Dakota Camper comes in, possibly trying to short pit. 87 of Justin Michael. Then I have to come down soon. The 27 of Cogswell comes with Camper.
You know, I impressed myself here a little bit because I said about 105.
You about near hit the nail on the head when you said it.
Oh, leader Justin Michael's coming. Oh, whoa. Yeah, he got it woed down.
Ooh, question is, did he get it woed down enough? That was really close. Christopher Howell going to join him down pit road. Matt Crockett,
I think he
the
did.
last car yet to pit. Looks like he's coming down pit road this time. And no one really ever talks about it, but you've seen it right there when Matt Crockett went to go come down pit road. It's such an aggressive drop coming from there to enter pit road from the racing surface. Justin Michael, Dakota Camper might get this. He might assume the lead here. Gonna be close.
Oh man, here we go.
But here's the real kicker. Look who's right behind the 3. That's the 6 of Dustin Mattson, who's fighting for that championship with the 3 of Camper. Mattson pitted last on lap 96 to make it to the end. Camper pitted on lap 102. Let's see if that 7 laps fresher tires is going to pay off for Camper. As the sun begins to set here in Homestead, Miami, we're going to end this thing under the lights as Camper gets really loose right there. Extremely loose. Mattson losing tons of time to Camper right now. Pulling every trick out of the book that he knows to do to try to get Camper to take home this championship. Right now, the race leader out by 1.3 seconds. Justin Michael out front here. And steadily pulling away.
Remember a little bit earlier on, John McMillan Jr. got in a little bit of contact with the 6 of Dustin Mattson. And here they are again. They'll be side by side. This could definitely be a little bit of an interesting battle.
As McMillan Jr. going to make quick work of Mattson getting around.
Question is how much is Mattson saving?
That is a good question. The other question we need to know is, when is the perfect time to start going? Right now, Justin Michael is your leader, who is about to put Matt Crockett lap down here. There goes Crockett sliding behind the leader of Justin Michael, putting him 1 lap down. He is the 4th place driver of the 4 fighting for a championship tonight. Let's go through.
Definitely not his night.
Let's go through and take a look here at our top 4 drivers that are running for a championship. You just seen it live here. Matt Crockett going a lap down to Justin Michael. He's currently 4th in your playoff standings. 3rd right now in your playoff standings is Andrew RATELL in the 6th position in that 5 machine. 2nd in your playoff standings in 4th place is the 6 machine of Dustin Mattson. Right now, your leader of the final 4 playoff drivers fighting for that championship is the 3 of Dakota Camper, who has been out front most of the night of the top 4 drivers, looking to bring home that championship to the 3 count. 2nd place.
You asked earlier, when's the time to go? 115 to 120 maybe.
So with about 15 to 20 laps to go, you're saying. I'm thinking, yeah, I would have to agree with you on that, being that the tires will really start wearing out by then, and then you'll really see what you have. You got to be careful not to go too soon to burn your stuff up and not even get to the back bumper of the guy you're trying to catch in the first place.
You don't got to tell me twice, especially here. You can burn your tires very fast here by racing very aggressive with the closing laps. It just happens with the way these cars handle. So, but the only reason I'm saying 115 to about 120 is because it took Justin Michael around 10 to 15 laps to catch Dakota Camper when he was moving.
Justin Michael stretching that lead out to 2.7, almost 2.8 seconds over Dakota Camper. Dakota Camper, though, has about a 1.5-second gap between himself and the 51 of John McMillan Jr., who is back in third right now, tailing the 3. And in fourth, we have the 6 of Dustin Mattson, who's about 2.7 seconds behind John McMillan Jr. Let's ride along with Dakota Camper for a moment, the first of our 4 playoff drivers here. See what it looks like from his point of view and see how that car is handling for him. Doesn't look too bad, too ill of a handling car at the moment.
Got to put a little bit more wheel into it, but not much.
As you see out the windshield there, he's approaching the lap car of Matt Crockett in the 15 machine. Matt Crockett back there in the 10th spot, not having the night he wants, being the last of the 4 playoff drivers. Has had a fairly clean race all race long, just not the speed out of that car that he needs in order to compete for the championship tonight. But we've seen wilder things happen in the closing laps of some races, so we'll have to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, just not his night. He looks like he's been fighting that car. Maybe not the setup he wanted. Tough break for him, but definitely showed the skill if he was in the top 4 at the end. So
yeah, definitely picked up, had a rough first half of the season for sure. Got caught up in lots of incidents, not of his own doing, not getting the finishes he wanted. And then here towards the second half of the season, really showed speed out of that 15 machine, fought for a win a couple of times. Barely coming up short a couple of times on those wins. And just really overall showed a boost in performance, especially since they came right before the update came out, where the updated horsepower and downforce package on these cars. You could see he was really getting the hang of it. Then when the update come out, it seems like he's been struggling again a little bit with finding the speed in that 15 machine.
yeah, like you pointed out, the update came out. That update changed these cars dramatically. And I know, because I'm one of them, the first thing that we all did was take it to a super. Right, let's see what this thing does on the super speedway, and it showed speed. So then everybody was like, all right, let's go to other tracks. These cars are very hard to handle now, and it is a driver's car, which a lot of people like, including myself. So it's just going to take time for drivers to get a little bit of a rhythm in these things. So excited to see that they're going to run these cars in the next season, and I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing I'm going to be doing, is tuning in next season to the Southern Excitement Racing League. Not as a broadcaster, but as a fan of this series. Lots of drivers, immense talent out here. Going to be exciting to see. Justin Michael stretching it out to over 3.1 seconds over Dakota Camper now. Really finding his groove, settling in with another dominating performance with 15 laps to go here in tonight's race. But the battle we're looking at here is the championship between Dakota Camper, Dustin Mattson, Andrew RATELL, and Matt Crockett. And right now, Dakota Camper leading the point between those 4 drivers.
Yeah, I don't think Dustin Mattson's got anything for him. I keep looking at the relative, and he just keeps falling back.
Right now, he's door-to-door with the 88 of Howell. Gonna fall back in line right there, falling back to 5th now. Possibly them tires short pitting like that, maybe coming back to bite him a little bit. The one thing that Dakota Camper and that 3 machine does not want to see right now is a caution coming out and stacking the field back up.
No, I think most of the playoff drivers have one set left.
Christopher Howell, haven't talked about him much all night. Been up front here for most of the night. Working his way through the field. Currently running where he started in the 4th spot. Our biggest mover of the race right now is running 6th. That's the 38 of Matt Goodell. He is up 5 positions since the drop of the green flag tonight. Been kind of running middle of the pack, working his way through methodically. And right now running inside the top 10 and in the 6th position.
Yeah, I want to go back to a little bit earlier before we get down to the closing end of this race. You said that you're going to tune in. You can actually tune in to see a couple of these drivers race in your next one-off race. Am I correct?
You are correct. Yeah, coming up on February 25th, Full Send Motorsports teaming up with Full Send Broadcast Network. We're putting on a special one-off race to kind of memorialize Auto Club Speedway in the last race there for the 2-mile oval before they shrink it down to a half-mile short track. And to also kick off the Western Swing for NASCAR going out west. It's going to be the Western Swing Shootout. And it's already looking pretty promising. We have 20 people already signed up, with over half of those already paid. Several sponsors jumping on board. It's going to be $500 to win with the sponsors coming aboard. And $175 going to second and $75 going to third, with only a $10 entry fee. So lots of guys see that big prize money out there, along with a trophy going to the winner. And they think, oh, well, if I'm just risking $10, I'm going to go ahead and sign up. And it's booking up fast. And if we do get more than 40 drivers signed up, we are going to base it off of qualifying with the Go or Go Homers. From 40 to 45, if we get more than 45 entries, we're going to do heat races to set the field. So be looking for that here on the Full Send Broadcast Network on February 25th.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely shaping up to be a good one. There's a lot of hype around it right now, and we're actually talking to a couple more sponsors to potentially come aboard and raise that winner's purse up even more than $500 to win. Justin Michael starting to lose a little bit of time here to Dakota Camper. Dakota Camper now has cut that lead down from 3 seconds down to 2.8. He is gaining time lap after lap here on Justin Michael.
I don't know if it's enough, though.
Right now, if I was Dakota Camper, I would just be biding my time right now. The next closest playoff driver is Dustin MATTSON back in 5th. So he is really looking solid right now, coming to 6 laps to go in tonight's race of claiming the championship here in the Next Gen Series.
Yeah, he's been fun to watch. As soon as I came on board, he was definitely one of those drivers that I saw had a lot of ability, saving tires for one. He's just very good at it. I know a couple drivers like him that can do it, and it's few and far in between. So it just shows the level and skill that that Dakota Camper has.
Yeah, he's definitely a talented driver, and he's one of the owners and admins of the Southern Excitement Racing League. Fantastic guy, lots of character. Definitely a fast race car driver out here in the sim world. Has a great partnership there with the Gathering Place Church. You notice they've come aboard for tonight's race here on his car, where they go live on YouTube every Sunday. It's a big part of that. And definitely a driver that is nice to have around and get to chat with. Real cool guy. And right now it's looking good for him here in the championship position, as he's holding that second place right now, leading the 4 playoff drivers. Has a good gap behind him to John McMillan Jr. He is 2.5 laps away from getting this championship.
Yeah, you might get to see a double burn it down celebration here, which would be pretty cool to see.
Yes, it would. They work their way through turns 1 and 2 here. Next time by, they will be getting the 2 to go signal from the flagman. Justin Michael in the 87 is leading the race. Out for a Sunday drive, dominating performance tonight out of Justin Michael. 2 laps to go for him to pick up yet another race win this season. Not in the final 4, fighting for a championship, but definitely dominating the season. Absolute clinic of a performance here tonight, leading the most laps. But the big story coming to the white flag is going to be that 3 machine right there of Dakota Camper, leading the 4 playoff drivers. Comes out of turn 4, sees the white flag, 1 lap away from claiming the championship here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series as he works his way through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, you got to think the nerves are getting to him right here. Like, just hit my marks. 1 lap to go, don't hit the wall.
For the final time through turns 3 and 4, Justin Michael, your leader, out of turn 4, sees the checkered flag, gonna pick up another win here at Homestead, Miami. And Dakota Camper comes home second, bringing home the championship tonight. Absolute fantastic drive out of the 3 of Dakota Camper, bringing it home in second in the race, but first overall in the championship. Good work on his part on race strategy and the aggressiveness to get out front here and bring it home. Your championship winner tonight, Dakota Camper in that 3 machine. Justin Michael doing a little bit of a burnout here. Looks like they're pulling up to congratulate each other here. They're going to do a synchronized burnout. Awesome sight right here between the 2 drivers in the Southern Excitement Racing League. You have your champion in Dakota Camper and your race winner, the 87 of Justin Michael, smoking it down here on the front stretch. Awesome sight here between the 2 drivers, both victorious here in 2 different ways.
Yeah, that's cool to see. I love double burnouts. Nothing like it. Just a really cool feeling. Especially when these 2 drivers have the utmost respect for each other. So it's awesome to see. Dakota Camper, great drive. Justin Michael, like you said, put on an absolute clinic, just running those lines, and look at him burning it down in the pits.
Yes, he is the champion. Dakota Camper burning it down in the pits for his virtual crew members there. Awesome drive. Fantastic performance out of him tonight. Let's go and bring up our official finishing order here in the Southern Excitement Racing League. The winner tonight of the race, Justin Michael in the 87. Dakota Camper brings it home in second in that 3 machine, but also brings home the championship. In third, we have John McMillan Jr. Fourth, Christopher Howell. In fifth, we have our second place playoff driver in Dustin Mattson. Sixth was Matt Goodell. Seventh, Jonathan Cogswell. Eighth is our third place playoff driver, is the 5 machine of Andrew Rattel. Ninth is our fourth and final playoff driver tonight in the 15 of Matt Crockett. 10th was John McMillan Sr. 11th, Devin Coate. 12th, Isaac Singleton. 13th was Jeff Merck. 14th, Ryan Strunk. 15th was Landon Mills, and rounding out the field in 16th is the 10 machine of Emily Urias. That's your official finishing order here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Let's get to our interviews here. As you see, Dakota Camper still going around saluting the fans, ending out a fantastic season here. Let's get John McMillan Jr. in the booth. Looking for John McMillan Jr. And if he is in the chat somewhere to be able to pull him down for an interview. There he is. Let's get him in here and speak to him for a moment. Hey there, John McMillan Jr. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, congrats on bringing it home in third tonight. Hard-fought race. Had a little bit of a uh-oh moment when you got spun there coming into turn 1, luckily missing the inside pit wall. But it looked fantastic on the broadcast, doing a 360, grabbing a gear and taking back off. Walk us through how that race went for you and ultimately bringing it home in third.
It was pretty good. Couple little mishaps throughout the race, but just battled through those and kept going strong. And I was pretty good on the long run, so I felt pretty good on the long run, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, man, ultimately, how'd you feel about this whole season as a package? And how do you feel about heading into the next season on the Cup Series side?
I feel a lot better now. I'm more liking this new package that the iRacing come out with. I think it's 670 horsepower now, and the smaller spoiler. It's a little bit more of a driver's car now than just a drafting car, so it suits my style a little bit more. So I'm excited for the season coming up.
Yeah. Did you think your race was over, or did you know you still had the speed left in it after you had gotten spun there on the front stretch?
I figured if I could just keep it off the wall or keep it out of any more trouble, I could gather it back.
Well, Roger, you have any questions for McMillan?
No, man. It's been a pleasure watching you. Since I came on here, great hands. You saved that car. That was awesome to watch. So I can't wait to watch you next season and see what you do.
Thanks, man.
Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people watching tonight?
I'd like to just thank all my teammates. I'd like to thank Dairy Queen, UFA, R1 Paints. He painted this nice car. That's Andrew Ratell. He also races in this series. Anybody want to check him out, go ahead and check him out. It's R1 Paints. And yeah, I'd like to thank all you. Thank you guys as well. You do good broadcasting.
Well, much appreciated, John. And once again, congrats on bringing it home in third. And even though we won't be broadcasting this upcoming season, we will definitely be tuning in to see how you do in the upcoming Cup Series season on Sunday nights here in the Southern Excitement Racing League. And thank you for putting on all the great action that you have this season. And maybe we'll get to talk to you sometime in the future.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too.
And that was John McMillan Jr. in the 51, bringing it home in third. Now, we're going to change it up our format a little bit here tonight. We're going to bring in our race winner. We're going to save our champion for last. Mr. Justin Michaels up next in the interview booth here. Hey there, Justin Michael. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congrats on winning tonight and winning the stage and the overall race. How'd that car feel for you out there?
I tell you, that thing was really tight. It was, I don't know. Just, it wasn't good, that's for sure. But we definitely had a good run, though. Just everybody ran pretty clean out there for around us anyway, so it's definitely a good race for us.
Well, you could have fooled us with the dominating performance you put on out there tonight. Looked like that car was handling fantastic from the broadcast booth. But we all know as drivers, we could be a little diva-like sometimes if it's not to our exact liking. So I understand what you mean. And, man, congrats on a fantastic season out there. Bringing home all the wins that you did, the dominating performances. Ultimately wasn't fighting for a championship, but you still went out there and showed them, hey, I'm out here to win no matter what.
We definitely appreciate it. It was a good season, even though we didn't make the chase. I know we missed that one race there, but overall, good job to Dakota there for winning the points as well. So really happy for him.
Yeah. So, Roger, you have any questions for Justin?
No, man, it's been a pleasure to watch. Like Jacob said, you put on an absolute clinic there. You're really fun to watch. I know you're competing in the Final Four in the trucks next Saturday night, so can't wait to watch that at Vegas. And then I actually get to race against you on the Western Swing put on by Full Send, so I can't wait to do that, actually.
Yeah, it should be a fun race. I signed up for that today, so I can't wait for that. I kind of like that track, so it should be a good run.
Well, you have any shout-outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people tuned in tonight?
Everybody out there watching, hopefully it was a good show. My friend out there, Darren, watches, almost every week, so we always appreciate that. Scott Patton out there for painting the awesome car for us, so if anybody needs a paint, Jeff, definitely check out Patton Paints. And, yeah, you guys for calling a great race as always.
Much appreciated, Justin. And once again, congrats on bringing home the checkered flag tonight. That was a pretty epic burnout between you and Dakota Camper celebrating together. And maybe we'll get to talk again soon.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good night.
You too.
And that was Justin Michael, your race winner out there tonight. Now let's bring in our champion out here, Mr. Dakota Camper. Your second place finisher, but ultimately bringing home the trophy out there tonight in that 3 machine. Dakota Camper, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Congrats on bringing it home across the line first between the 4 playoff drivers and bringing home the hardware that means the most. Congrats on the championship, and walk us through how that race went for you, getting involved in an incident there about halfway through the race. Walk us through how that went for you.
Yeah, I was didn't think I was that fast in practice, but got out here and actually was a lot faster than I was expecting. It was kind of like, we talked about last night at Bristol, that bottom line come in, and I had been practicing the top line and just couldn't figure out the bottom line. All of a sudden I went down there and found a lot of grip and a lot of speed. I think at one point I was like 10 seconds ahead of Dustin or something, whoever was the next one in the playoffs. And then, Jeff come off the corner right in front of me and hit the wall and then come down and back right up in front of me, and I had nowhere to go. I thought it was over at that point. I went in, it was a weird spot there. I didn't know whether to take tires or not. I knew we could make it on one stop, but I didn't know if I should take the tires. We didn't pit that long ago. And I didn't take tires, so everyone else did. So then I went back in and took tires before we went green, which was the right decision. Drove back through the field, and then once we got out front, just a fast race car and pulled away. It was a great race.
Yeah, man, it was definitely exciting to watch, and especially after that incident, working your way back up through the field there. Man, tell us how it feels to be called champion of the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series.
Yeah, man, it's exciting. Going into the Cup Series next couple of weeks. It's going to be fun to have that title going into it. That we're the only ones in this league to win with these cars. I'm excited for the Cup Series. I think we're going to have a good chance at it for that Cup Series championship. And man, but I love. When you're racing for a championship and it's just the top finisher, you're getting out there. If somebody doesn't have like a P next to their name, you're taking it easy around everybody else. And man, that was a lot of fun. It feels great to be champion, Truck Series champion last year, Next Gen champion this year, and we got still fighting for a Truck Series championship next week, and a Super Speedway, SERL Super Speedway Championship next week as well. So hopefully we can go 3 for 3, but this is a good start to that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Roger, you have any questions for Dakota?
No questions, man. Just like I told Jacob in the broadcast, you are definitely one of the best I've seen at saving tires, and it's just been a pleasure to watch. You basically just work your way up through the field every time we broadcast. So congrats on your championship. Can't wait to watch next season. The paint looks great, by the way. Turned out awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Bill Stringfellow. He wasn't here tonight. His computer had crashed, but I met Bill a long time ago on iRacing, and he's really taught me a lot of things, especially tire saving. So any type of tire saving abilities that I have now is credits to him. He's been a great teammate throughout the years. But yeah.
Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there? Speaking of shout outs?
Yeah, of course, I want to thank the Gathering Place putting their live YouTube on the car. This paint designed by Justin Lumpkin. I love the way he put the logo on the side. It looks great. Just want to give a big shout out to Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. They've been with me all season on the car. They're a ministry through the Gathering Place Church. Want to give just a big shout out to, thank God for letting us be able to race these things, be in a position where we have enough money to spend stupid amounts of money on computers and steering wheels to sit in our rooms and run around in imaginary circles. Yeah, big shout out all the SERL admins who helped me run this league. Appreciate every one of them. Shout out to my teammates, Justin and Dustin, Christopher Howe, who run a great race tonight. I think we ended up we didn't quite get to 1, 2, 3, 4. We all was in the top 5 again. So a great race to all of us. Thank you guys for an incredible season broadcasting. I'm excited to go back and watch this one. And just want to give a shout out to my dad. He's the pastor of the Gathering Place. So he watches me every night, and appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good one.
Yeah, man. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to broadcast the upcoming Cup season for you, but it has been a pleasure to work with you and the SERL admins and get to broadcast y'all's league week in and week out here this season. And it's just been a pleasure, and glad I got to meet y'all and work with y'all, man. And hopefully we'll get to work together again in sometime in the future.
Yeah, of course. We're always want to work with you. You've been incredible. Anybody that's watching that might be looking for a broadcaster in the future, definitely hit you up. And congratulations on the reason that you're not going to be able to broadcast, that baby coming, and that's awesome. I'm hoping that me and my wife can have a child before too long, and that's a blessing from God, and just congratulations on that, man.
Much appreciated, Dakota. And once again, congrats on bringing home the championship tonight. Finishing second overall in the race, but bringing home the hardware that counts in that 3 machine. Hopefully we'll get to talk to you again Saturday night after the Truck Series race and see how you fare out at Las Vegas in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, y'all. Have a great one.
Thank you. You too.
You too, man.
And that was Dakota Camper, your champion in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series, bringing that 3 machine home victorious in the overall standings, battling against 3 other drivers for that championship. His celebration is still not over. Definitely going to be happy and celebrating out there tonight. Congratulations to him and his crew. While he's doing his celebrating, let's bring you the official finishing order one more time here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. In first, you had Justin Michael bringing home the checkered flag in the 87. And you have your championship winner, Dakota Camper, bringing it home in second. In third was John McMillan Jr. Fourth, Christopher Howell. Fifth was Dustin Mattson. Sixth, Matt Goodell. Seventh, Jonathan Cogswell. Eighth, Andrew Rattel. Ninth was Matt Crockett. 10th, John McMillan Sr. 11th was Devin Coate. 12th, Isaac Singleton. 13th was Jeff Merck. 14th, Ryan Strunk. 15th was Landon Mills. And rounding out the field in 16th was the 10 machine of Emily Urias. That's your official finishing order here in the season finale at Homestead Miami Speedway for the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Coming up February 19th, the day before the real Daytona 500, we have the prelude to the 500 put on by Ron Morris Racing. $25 entry fee to win $500 out there is the grand prize in that race. It's going to be a 500-mile race at Daytona International Speedway. And then coming up on Friday, February 25th, Full Send Motorsports presents the Western Swing Shootout at Auto Club Speedway in the Gen 7 Cup cars. It's going to be 101 laps out there for $500 to win, with a trophy also going to the winner. It's $10 entry fee, $175 going to second, and $75 going to third. Definitely going to be a wild one to watch here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. If you're interested in joining either of those two races, you can email or message myself here at fullsendbroadcast@gmail.com. Get more information, and we will point you in the right direction. For Roger Pierce, I'm Jacob, signing off here for the Full Send Broadcast Network. We'll see you the next time. Bye. We can't wait to see you go full send.